Hi, I'm Kim, and this is Josh, and this is the newest episode of the Spirit Light Show.
We've had a bit of a break. It was before Christmas, or our last one. We're going to start trying to do them more regularly. We're saying right now every other Monday. If that happens or not, well, you'll find out. But that's
if not, you can't bitch, because you don't know where we live.
That's our goal. We have some new segments and new things planned out, and there's going to be a skit at the end of today's episode. But as last time, we're going to start with some weird news.
Mm-hmm. We will start with this one. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a man is now $5 million richer because of his asshole family.
Yeah.
Well, he was on a camping trip with his cousins, having a redneck good time, going to use the porta-john. His family
As
thought,
rednecks should.
Yes. His family thought, as a cool prank, let's lock the bitch in there. Let's see what happens. He'll love it. Well, what he didn't love was when the truck came and pushed it over.
Yeah.
And he is now paralyzed from the neck down. But he has $5 million to try and buy a new neck or something.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Stephen Hawking, he's freaking smart and shit, so, you can be paralyzed.
I don't think this guy's smart. I don't think that's any part of the story.
But I'm just saying.
Him being smart was nowhere.
Paralyzed people, they get compensated.
Yeah.
Either by being the smartest man in the universe or getting $5 million.
I'd take $5 million to have some shit poured on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I would. Yeah. That's a lot.
Depends on how much shit.
Well, he was the only one in the porta potty. That's not important.
No.
He got $5 million. That's the only thing that's important.
Yes. Paralyzed, $5 million.
Yeah.
The end. That's all you meant.
That's what it is. Next one we have is a guy had been going to a local animal shelter in Italy. How many years? For a few years.
Quite a few.
Yeah. He would go there and he would get cats. And they kept disappearing, and they were kind of thinking, oh, well, maybe the guy's a Satanist and stuff. Well, when confronted about it, the man admitted that he was eating them.
And he also questioned the police with, is killing and eating cats against the law? It's kind of one of those unwritten laws where I don't think it really needs to be no, you can't do that. It just should be in your head oh, I probably shouldn't kill cats.
Probably shouldn't adopt animals from animal shelters and feast upon them.
Unless they're like ducks.
Well, you don't adopt those.
Why? If you go to the park, well, I guess you don't.
That's not adopting. That's just snatching up ducks at the park and killing them.
Okay, so if you're gonna kill cats, find strays. Don't adopt them. That's just cruel.
Yeah.
You're giving them all the hope, oh, I'm gonna go to a good home, but no, they're gonna get eaten.
Yeah, and he made sure to get ones that were 3 years old and nice and plump.
Hence why we named him the Picky Pussy Eater. Mm-hmm.
And our last, but definitely not least, I'm gonna open this up here. I'm gonna read it to you, and then
I don't want to see it.
Well, after I'm done reading this to you, then I'm going to show you a picture of this guy.
That's a real treat.
It's going to be on the screen. And you're probably going to be very upset.
Ah!
If I can't masturbate in front of a window, nobody can. And all of these 3 articles today were taken from the Huffington Post Weird News section, by the way.
It's weird. That's a weird looking face.
But that's the attitude of Florida man Kenneth Hetzkins, as he was allegedly reported being yelled at by the apartment manager for masturbating in front of windows.
So what would you do if your apartment manager yells at you? You set that bitch on fire.
Leaving 5 people homeless. Mm-hmm. Yes, and he completely admitted that, oh yes, I did it to exact my revenge for being yelled at for masturbating. Here's the picture of the guy. It's on your screen now, just upsetting your eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Let that soak in your
And don't be like, oh no, he's mentally handicapped. Well, I don't know, but that's because he tried to shoot himself in the face with a shotgun and he failed at killing himself. That's a massive failure.
I can't look away. I want to look away and I cannot.
We'll just switch it.
Oh, no.
So, that is.
So now you know what to do if someone ever yells at you for masturbating. Just set it on fire.
Yeah.
Your relatives try and play a prank on you. You're going to be rich.
And if you look like that, can you even imagine? No
one wants to see you masturbate. Ew.
I wonder what it looks like outside tonight. Pull back the curtains and holy shit. You're never going to be the same again.
No, I'm not the same again.
Yeah.
I know that thing masturbates in front of windows, and I am not okay.
If that's what his face looks like, can you...
We didn't try to shoot his dick off.
No. I'm just saying.
So that's all for weird news for today.
Yep.
Hopefully that was enough to satisfy your weird news desires.
Weirdness. You're watching the Spirit Light Show. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
First segment of Kim and Josh's Better Than Rotten Tomatoes movie reviews. In this segment, we're simply going to tell you if Rotten Tomatoes is right or wrong in our opinion on the movie. So,
Because as I said before, smarter than Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes is a consensus of a whole bunch of reviews, but sometimes this consensus is somewhat wrong because it's just kind of a general overview of what people are saying, and it takes, like, if the score is like 6 or under, it says it is rotten, and if 6 or higher, it says it is fresh. But you have to take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes you might like something that the general...
I've liked a lot of things that Rotten Tomatoes gave, like, a horrible, shitty, terrible review.
Right, because the other flaw in Rotten Tomatoes is some movies get a ton of reviews, like big releases get a ton of reviews, and like little tiny indie movies might only get a couple reviews. But if half of those reviews for some reason are bad, because the people, maybe they're assholes and don't know what they're talking about, it's only going to have a 50%. So you have to really look at how many reviews you're getting too. Or just listen to us because we're smarter.
Mm-hmm.
First movie up is You're Next.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 74, which is a good percentage.
Yes, that is a fresh rating.
Yes.
Anything 60 or above, I believe, is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
I know you love the movie. I know everyone that watched the movie with us loved the movie.
Yeah.
I have not met, personally, anyone that didn't love the movie.
The funny thing is when I originally saw previews for it, I really thought it was just another slasher movie. And if you
I had no desire to see it at all.
Yeah, but then I saw that it got actually good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was a cheap theater buy. It's for like $2. I'm like, let's go see it. And I've seen it like 3 times now.
I could probably watch it at least once a week. And
yeah,
the soundtrack alone to it just makes it worth it.
Yeah. Some people that are behind the camera right now actually saw it last weekend, and they had to go and download the music from it the same night because it was stuck in their head all night.
Mm-hmm. I sang it the entire next day.
Yeah. They have lots of twists in it, and it kind of has this weird sense of humor.
I think that might be why a lot of people didn't give it the best review, because the sense of humor in it,
maybe,
yeah.
But it's kind of our sense of humor. I mean, it's not a funny movie by any means, but it kind of has like
it kind of has like that, like,
cheek.
oh.
I'm like, oh, that's really dark and disturbing, and you can tell they kind of meant it to be funny, but it's an awesome movie. You definitely should see it. Mm-hmm. Awesome horror movie, and there's not that many that come out. Mm-hmm. So the next movie on our list is a comedy, Bad Grandpa. Yeah, that was a really popular movie.
Yes, and we normally don't do much with comedies. They're very hard to rate. Like, pretty much if it makes you laugh, then it's good.
Yeah, then it's good. But there's some comedies that are obviously bad and some that are obviously good, though.
One thing about Bad Grandpa, it's a Jackass movie, but it's not like the Jackass movies where, like, Johnny Knoxville and whoever else goes out and does, like, all these stupid stunts that are like, why would you do that? That's so dumb. It has a storyline behind it.
Right.
It's this grandpa returning his grandson to his parents and wherever, and it's all the shit that happens.
Yeah, which is really cool because they mix kind of modern movie stuff, like even the actors that are playing, because they're playing pranks on people. It's Johnny Knoxville dressed up as a grandpa, if you don't know, and he goes around like just kind of terrorizing people and making them, kind of shocking them. But they also make it a movie because him and his fake grandson also act when they're not around people to kind of, it's kind of like a movie mixed with the kind of documentary style Jackass kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool concept.
Because that's why I'm always like, Like, I didn't want to go see it in theaters that much because I'm not really a big... I mean, I like Jackass, like, if it's on TV and nothing else is, but I ended up going to see it in theaters, and I laughed hysterically the entire time.
And they also managed to give it some heart, too. Like, I mean, like, they never, like, really try to tug at your heartstrings or anything like that, but it actually has a nice feel to it. It's mainly all comedy, but they ground it a little bit, too, and you're kind of like, oh, well, you're not going to expect some of the things that are in the movie necessarily to be in there. But then you also have your scenes where someone's being held up by a vending machine by their dick being stuck in it. So you get that too.
Yes. And Rotten Tomatoes gave that a 61%, which for a comedy is a high rating.
Good.
Most comedies get like
I think maybe should have got a little higher than that.
I think so too, considering how much I laughed during it.
Yeah.
And it's not like all Jackass movies, and it's not like all comedy movies.
And it gets points for trying to be original at least.
Yes. So I enjoyed it. I would definitely check it out. It's on DVD.
I would say 75%.
Yes.
Probably more.
Yep.
The next on the list is another horror movie.
Insidious 2. Which you have to see the first one first. If not, it does it. I mean, it'll still creep you out. Because I know someone that went and saw it and hadn't seen the first one. Right. They're like, well, I didn't really get it. I'm like, well, that's because you're fucking stupid and didn't see the first one first.
Why would you see that? I hate it when people see the second one. Or like when I see things for video games, people asking in the forums, well, what if I didn't play the first one? Well, go fucking buy it.
Yeah. Yes.
What if I didn't play the first one? We'll play the first one.
Yes.
Same with movies. Watch the first one.
Yes. Even without seeing the first one, there are creepy parts, but for it to fully make sense
the
and
story
for you to
is
fully
completely,
enjoy it,
you don't get it unless you see the first one.
The one thing we both discussed about this movie that we were a little off about is all of the jump scares are pretty much sectioned all in the very beginning of the movie. It has a creepy feel throughout the whole thing, but jump scares all in the beginning, then like none at the end.
Yeah, the pacing was a little odd. That's the only thing I really didn't like about it.
Yes.
Some things I did like about it, which I don't even know if this is necessarily necessary, but they explained a lot of things that happened in the first one in a way you didn't really know you wanted to explain, but they tied things in a really cool way.
Mm-hmm.
And James Wan, the director stuff, the cinematographer, is always really good, and he is good at making the jump scares and the creatures. You know, if you've seen The Conjuring, I'm sure you probably have, but just his classic ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see, and it's definitely there.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the first one, you will definitely like the second one, I hope.
Right.
I know, I liked both. I think I might actually like the second one.
I like the first one better a little bit, but the second one is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, I like both. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 37, which I definitely do not agree with. I would have given it at least 65.
Yeah, I think it mainly got the lower reviews because people were saying that it wasn't necessarily the most original thing ever, and that it wasn't necessary. But I mean, no sequel is necessarily necessary unless you leave a cliffhanger of an ending. But for a sequel to a horror movie that wasn't originally planned, there's a lot of care. I mean, the original cast is there, and you can tell that they actually cared about it. It's not like they just threw it together to cash in on another sequel.
Yeah.
So, I definitely recommend seeing it, at least renting it, and watch the special features. Are pretty good too.
The last one on our list is Prisoners, which is a drama.
Yeah, it's a drama thriller. Yeah.
Yeah. I had about 15 people in a week tell me, go watch this movie. So I went and rented it. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
What's Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. And Hugh Jackman. Holy crap, his performance in it. If you've heard anything about it or if you've seen it, his performance in it is one of the most amazing performances I think I've ever seen.
The only thing I wish is there was nudity in it. Like Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. Naked. For just like I don't care if it was necessary, but just like a second.
Well, I'm sure you can. Anyways, that's not important at all to the movie. But it's a very dark drama. It's really good. The last 15% of it's kind of like, okay, just kind of forget that happened. Everything up until that point's excellent.
Yes, the only thing, the end was
kind of
predictable.
It was below what the movie had, but
yes.
And the guy that plays, what's his name? It's Dana something. The guy that plays the first creepy guy you meet. I couldn't even look at him. He fucking creeped me out so much.
I remember asking, I'm like, I wonder if he's like that in real life, or if he's that good of an actor. He is good.
Because he's also actually in Little Miss Sunshine, if you've seen it, as the kid that barely talks, the goth, if you've seen that. Haven't seen this movie. So yeah, he's not just that creepy automatically. It's just something he did, and...
did very well.
This is a part where he whispers to the guy, they didn't cry till I left them. And the way he says it, and the way, like, his eyes are all big, and it's just like... bleh.
Just him in general, just like... Oh, no.
Yeah, him and Hugh Jackman's performance, because him being creepy and Hugh Jackman being the worried father, just, yeah. And it kind of, I've also loved movies that blur the lines of who's the good guy and bad guy, because Hugh Jackman kind of goes down this road because it's about his daughter being kidnapped and the stuff you do to find him.
That's what the synopsis of it says, is a man and his journey, and you'll see how far a father's willing to go to save his daughter. And
answer to that, pretty fucking far.
Pretty far.
Yeah, so... definitely check that out if you somehow haven't seen that.
Don't kidnap Hugh Jackman's kids.
No.
You get fucked up. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 82, which I
pretty much agree with that. Yeah, I would have said even higher if they would have given it a more suitable ending.
Yes.
But 82, I think that's pretty much spot on, actually.
Yep.
So, that's all the movies for this segment.
Mm-hmm. There's more that has been out recently, but those are the only ones that we see and feel.
And we will be talking about more and also having more what to watch on Netflix segments in future episodes. First segment of
Mel's Nonsensical Ramblings.
This is what happens when you combine ADHD, sugar, and caffeine.
Do you know what pisses me off in this little teeny brain of mine? Pantyhose with capris. Who does it? Capris? Pantyhose. You don't wear pantyhose with capris. No matter what the temperature is outside, if you think it's too cold, wear pants, not pantyhose. If you think it's too warm outside, but yet you still want to wear pantyhose, just don't do it, please. Pantyhose and capris just do not go together. This happened a week ago, and I am still traumatized from seeing pantyhose with capris. Don't do it! No pantyhose, capris. Oh! You know another thing that really makes me mad is parking. I went to Walmart, parked in the parking spot. Nobody hardly in the parking spot, 'cause it was very early in the morning. So I parked in the parking spot right beside the little cart thingies, perfect, right there. And I went in, did all my shopping. Came out, there's 3 spots beside my car and nothing behind my car, no spots open. I mean, all the spots were open. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Brain. And all of a sudden this car came flying through the parking lot, so I like slowed down. I was like, whoa, and I thought he was gonna come through, and I come up past this big truck that was parked there. He's this close to my tailgate. I'm like, what the heck? So I start going towards my car, and the old man got out. He's like, oh, am I too close to your bumper? I was like, well, you are this far over the line, sir. But luckily he was nice and moved his car. But don't park this close to someone's bumper. Just don't do it. Ooh. You know another one is ghost hunting. I love to ghost hunt, but my biggest thing that irritates me the most is when you've been there for hours and you got nothing. And all of a sudden you're down in this scary little room and there's only a couple other people down there with you, and you are just, all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 or you hear something talking and there's nobody else talking. And then you realize it's a person that's upstairs talking. And it's like you're finally getting something that night and they ruined it because it won't shut up. So you're like, shut up! But yet they still won't shut up. Oh, it's horrible. It's like, just be quiet. You know they're downstairs recording. Don't talk. Oh, there's one more thing that really bothers me. I almost forgot about this one. Because it's been a very long year and it's only February. But school closings. My kids went to school 7 days in January. I love my babies. I love them. But they had 2 weeks off for Christmas. And then almost the whole month of January. Summer break is coming. I will have time then to spend with them. Right now it's the school's children to take care of them. Let them. Give us moms the break. It's like, please. No more snow days, please. And that's what really pisses me off. Thank you.
Alright guys, I hope you were able to stick with us through all of the Mel's nonsensical ramblings. I know it's difficult. We have to deal with it all the time. So, for the next thing we're going to do, we're going to help all the singles out there. Coming up pretty soon is Valentine's Day, and you might be thinking, well, I don't got nothing to put it in. So here's what you can do instead. Speed dating.
Welcome to Speed Dating. When you hear the bell ring, please switch partners and have fun.
Hi, how are you doing?
You would not believe the day I had today. I go pick up my son over at my third wife's house, and he whips out his ding dong, and that thing is redder than a baboon's ass, and it stunk. I don't know what it stunk like. I think he rubbed it in poison ivy or something. So I got some shine from the back, rubbed it on there. I'm probably gonna have to take him to the ER.
Don't you think we should maybe find something more appropriate to talk about? And also, are you allowed to bring your own beer here? Because you have a beer in your pocket.
Favorite. It's my first wife, Pepper's favorite too. She knew how to cook a good meal, and she knew how to shut her mouth. It's a shame that Grizzly snuck up on her while she was hanging out the clothes. It tore her to pieces. Look at that son of a bitch.
So you having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
Work.
Is there anything you want to know about me?
You're pretty.
Thanks.
Your eyelashes are short. I like that. Too many people have long eyelashes. I like them short.
Right. Thanks.
Want to give me a blowjob? Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
I oppose.
Oh.
I prove it. Pick a card.
I got the ace of spades.
That's not good. Next! You gave me a dying bitch!
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
So far it's been a little rocky, but I'm hoping my night will look up.
Yeah, there's been some interesting people here tonight.
One way to put it. So what do you do for a living?
Well, recently I just started animal rescue shelter, which I'm pretty excited about.
Wow. It's really cool, actually. I love animals, and I'm totally into the whole rescue thing. It's really nice. Compared to you, I guess I don't really have an important job at all. I'm just an interior designer.
That's interesting. In fact, I'm a freelance contractor. I'm always looking for good designers to work with.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Oh, I almost forgot. My mom. She died a little while ago. I usually take her everywhere with me, but they wouldn't let a +1 for speed dating, so I just took a picture with me instead. I'm sure do miss bath time. Alright, and that does it for this episode of the Spirit Light Show. Hopefully you enjoyed our segments and our little skit that we just did. And we will hopefully see you in 2 weeks, if all goes as planned. Thanks for watching. Oh, and make sure to check out our newest short film that we just finally finished, stages, and all of our other stuff, and subscribe. And comment below to let us know what you think of us.
Unless it's shitty, because I don't like
Yeah.
hearing shitty things about myself. So.
Yeah. Like,
If
feel
it's
free to be
shitty-
like, oh man, you guys are beautiful, and like that kind of shit. Yeah.
Bring
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just bring it in.
Yeah, you can just bring that. Yeah, you can just flood us with that. Yeah. But you should still comment. Just yeah. Thanks.
Bye.
There, okay. And go.
Alright, guys. I hope you stuck with us through Mel's nonsensical rambling. I know.
Hey!
I have to finish first!
Get back down there, bitch!
After I say, I know it's difficult, we have to deal with it all the time. Then you pop up, hey! Then